and welcome back to Bourbon Blind, where the guys drink what y'all pick. So please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section or drop me an email at bourbonblindtasting@gmail.com. As always, the guys are going to tell you what they are tasting and what they like about it or not. And then they're going to tell you how much they're willing to pay to get that whiskey on their shelf. So if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you love us, go ahead, check out our Patreon page. We have all sorts of goodies over there. And with that, I'm going to get the bourbon. So tonight's pick comes from, I'm hoping I'm getting the right one, as we all know. I don't always get the right bottles because I don't drink as much as I should. But tonight's bottle comes from Pressman. Haven't heard from him in a while, so I saw his name up there and I was like, yeah, we'll do that. This is Wathens Kentucky Bourbon, single barrel. I wonder if you were asking for the non-single barrel. Don't know if this is off the shelf, but it's a 94 proof, so we'll see. I probably would hate it, but we'll see what the guys think of it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bourbon Blind. I'm Kyle.
I'm Nick.
We taste whiskey. We don't know what it is. We give you a price we'd be willing to pay for a bottle without that hype of the label. So, Nick's back here with us to taste some whiskey. Let's get in here.
Glad to be back, guys.
Decent color on that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little light, but...
It's like a gold, hay color.
like a straw. A little bit of sweetness on the nose.
Yeah. But quite like allspice or clove, but like a baking spice.
You'd like some sweetness in there.
Yeah, there's definitely some sweetness. Not like nothing dark. Like some sugar, light caramel.
Yeah, definitely those lighter sweet notes.
Yeah.
At least some of that baking spice.
Right. Deep back there, maybe like some summer fruit, like some light fruit, pears.
I was kind of thinking that along the...
Like a white grape.
Yeah. Anyway.
Not really much ethanol or anything.
I mean, I'm getting there pretty good.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm gonna get in here and
Cheers.
cheers, guys. Sweetness, spice. Going more into that. Kind of like a mixture. Kind of like sweet and spicy.
Yeah.
It's like a... Finish is still going. I mean, I feel it going down some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's warmer on the finish than I expected it to be from the nose.
I did too.
Feels like some more ethanol on the finish than... I didn't hardly pick up any on the nose, but on the finish there's... I'm not going to say a lot, but more than I expected.
No, but I mean, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel it going down. So, anyway, going for another sip. Some more of that caramel, vanilla. And then it kind of rolls into like a nice... More like those, almost like a baking spice. That like clove, ginger. Mm-hmm. Like the spiciness of a ginger, not ginger flavor. So, maybe.
Like maybe deep back there.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like that.
Yeah.
Like that tingly kind of.
Yeah, it is very tingly, almost like a fizzy feeling.
It's kind of like this, like a background of sweetness to it, though.
Right.
It just kind of follows along the whole.
Yeah.
Like there's this roller coaster going up in here with like spices and maybe some fruits and baking spices and stuff, and then just like this background sweetness.
Yeah, the sweetness for me kind of starts up kind of high, but then levels down kind of a lower plateau, but it's there the whole time. The finish hangs out for a bit.
It does. It's a nice solid medium to long, maybe.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of flavor in it. There's some ethanol in it, some of that spice heat, but not. You don't really take too much other than that kind of like vague sweetness.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna go
put more in there than I had planned on, so we'll see how that turns out.
That killed the nose.
Yeah, I've got like almost nothing.
Almost like a
real vague sweetness, and that's about all.
I get like a dusty, almost like a dusty rick house, like an old rick house, dusty rick house kind of.
I get dusty, but I feel like it's more like a dusty kitchen table than.
But you're saying definitely dusty though.
It's definitely dusty. Like the fancy living room your grandma wouldn't let you go in.
Right.
That. There's just not much else.
Went in. Way more sweetness on the flavor.
Oh yeah. The spice is almost gone.
Way more sweetness, caramel, vanilla,
Yeah.
sugar, burnt sugar.
Yeah.
Just all the
sweet notes, but almost nothing else.
A little bit of that light summer fruit.
Yeah.
Follows through, but like a pear. Get like a pear in my mouth.
Totally killed the heat on the finish for me.
Finish
Like-
almost non-existent now.
Well, I mean, the heat part, like I still get.
Right.
I mean, the finish itself is super short now, but the heat goes away and leaves behind just a nice sweetness.
Right.
It's not. I mean, it turned into a really simple. It wasn't very complex to begin with, but it turned super simple after that. A lot more on the nose with the full strength stuff.
Just a lot more of that spice
Yeah.
on the palate.
No, it's definitely spicy. The spiciness reminds me of like a rye almost, for me. But I'm not saying it is a rye, but it kind of reminds me a bit of
That spicy aspect.
the
of
spicy
from a
aspect
rye.
of the rye.
Yeah, I don't think it's a rye. It doesn't.
No, it definitely isn't a rye because I haven't spat it out like you did with the.
That was not good.
Yeah, there's a lot more flavor and depth without the water. That being said, it's not super complex. It's good.
It was almost like a corn. Like a corn
Yeah.
aspect to it. Not like a super young corn, but just kind of
It's
that
like
corny.
a George Dickel corn. They just have like a high corn content.
Right.
I wonder if maybe it's not quite that high. I wonder if it's maybe like a higher corn content.
I don't know, but I do get some corn.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth. It's got enough to keep you busy, but not enough to spend like a ton of time on one glass.
Right. So, price wise, I got my.
I've got one rolling around.
So we usually give like a range, like
Right.
such and such and such, like
Right.
$5-10 range. We're gonna say it on the count of 3.
Okay.
The higher number,
Okay. So the highest
The-
in my range.
the highest that you'd be willing to pay without feeling bad about it.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna say 1, 2, 3, go.
So
Okay.
1, 2, and then go.
No, 1, 2, 3, and then say
So 1, 2, 3, and on 3 we do the number.
no.
Okay. I think I got it. We're good.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 40. Boom.
Boom.
I was thinking 35 to 40 bucks.
That's exactly where I was. It was like the 35.
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah,
At
it's-
40 bucks, I still wouldn't feel bad about it. 50 is definitely pushing it.
Yeah,
But
at $50, like there's a whole world of other good stuff that you could get for that price.
right.
But at $40, I'm fine with this. This
Yeah,
puts it in the range of like a Four Roses single barrel or a lot of other stuff. As far as price wise,
Right.
I'm not saying like how it drinks, but
Right.
like there's much more offensive things in the $40 price range. Not that Four Roses is that. I'm just saying, but that price range gives you a lot of good options. I don't think this would be a bad pickup for $35 to $40 at all.
Sweet. Let's see what it is, man.
All right, well.
Open that bad boy up. Da-da-da. Wathens.
Oh.
Watha, is it the single barrel? Yes. Single barrel. 8 generations, which is super misleading. A lot of people see the 8, including myself, and went, oh, it's 8 years. No, 8 generations. 250 years. Obviously not aged that long. So this is bottled by Charles Medley Distillery in Fairfield, California, distilled in Kentucky. So it is not MGP. I was wondering if it's like a Heaven Hill product. Oddly enough, I'm wearing my Heaven Hill t-shirt.
Yeah.
But there's quite a few people that source out of Kentucky, but usually Heaven Hill's a big one. I don't know offhand. If you know who distills this, go ahead and put it in the comments, and we will know.
So it's 96 proof, 47%. Am I doing my math right?
94.
No, 94 proof.
94 proof.
Math is difficult. Numbers are weird.
They're subjective.
They are. They all look different. It's hard, but it looks darker in the bottle than it does in the glass.
So I think, and this bottle, by the way, if you guys can see, I'll zoom in on it.
It's a cool bottle.
It is oddly reminiscent of an Elmer T. Lee bottle, like
I can see that.
Like really close.
Yeah.
So, I think I paid right about $40 ish, somewhere around that like 37 to 45 mark. Let me, if any of you guys do this, let me know. But I may start doing this. I should. I went to someone's house, and what they do they have a vast collection, and
like someone I know.
I know a guy like that.
Yeah.
But no, they'll take a Sharpie and write on the bottle the date that they purchased it and how much they purchased it for. Just with a Sharpie, and I was like, that's a really good idea.
Do that, or like a sticker or something like that. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, just something so you know when you bought it, maybe when you opened it,
right,
and that way stuff gets lost in the mix and whatever else.
Sure.
And then also how much you paid for it. I was like, that's a really good idea.
I'm not disappointed by that at all. I mean, I'd be okay with that on my shelf for $35 to $40. I think.
Yeah.
Much over 40. Yeah.
Now, I will say some people like the store picks, and sometimes they come in barrel proof. So that I would definitely be interested to try.
Yeah, I'd be interested to try that in a barrel proof. I wish it had an age statement on it. I'm kind of curious. It doesn't seem very old, but it's not super young.
Right.
You said that corn doesn't strike me or you as sitting like a young corn.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Does it have the mash bill?
It doesn't. It's 100% copper distilling process.
Here we are with no information.
No information. So, yeah, anyway, it's just a tag about the company, basically. I was going to cheers you.
Oh, well, here you go.
Cheers.
I've got a drop.
Yeah, I'm not upset about it. It is what it is. Yep. So,
not a bad bottle.
Patreon members, love absolutely every single one of you guys. If you want to join, go over to patreon.com/bourbonblind. Also Facebook, Bourbon Blind Nation is our Facebook group. It's growing pretty well, so there's a lot of people discussing everything about bourbon in there. Obviously, regular Facebook page, Instagram, everything's at Bourbon Blind. Other than that, guys, it's good. I get.
Yeah.
It's a drinker.
He didn't spit it out, so it's got to be at least half decent.
That was only happened one time.
One time. That was hands down the funniest thing I've ever seen on YouTube.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Anyway, Nick, sir, until Friday, noon central next week, cheers. Drink blind.
Blindly drink.